The golden rule of life is for you to treat others the way you want to be treated. This applies to every area of human endeavor. It is called the law of reciprocity. If I say good morning to you, you want to say good morning to me in return. That is how life is. Do you want to be loved? Do you want to be respected? Do you want someone to help you, care for you, give you all the good things of life? How much of those are you ready to give?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube channel, Relationship Builders Forum. My name is Amara,
And my name is Gospel.
and today we would be having another amazing conversation with you. He's looking at me, but I hope you are ready to have this conversation. Now, if you're new on our channel, I want to bid you a warm welcome. Kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you know when we put content out. And to all our returning subscribers, as usual, we love you and we want to say thank you for joining us again.
Today we are looking at golden rules for a successful marriage. You're married or you're thinking about going into marriage and you're wondering, what are the principles that I could apply in this marriage that will make it successful? I will tell you, you might read books that will say 25 principles of a marital relationship.
Which is great.
Great, I'm not disputing that. You might read others that will say to you, there are no principles, just walk into it and give it your best shot. That's fine. But we have come to realize that whatever principle that you might want to apply into marriage revolves around one, and that is the golden rule of marital relations. What it is, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. But the question here is, before we dive right in, is that some people don't even treat themselves with a high level that you expect. Because I've seen people be in a relationship, right? They come into a relationship and they have a poor self-image of themselves. So if you say, treat others the way you want to be treated, you used to be treated not in the level that you might be expecting to be treated. How do you deal with this?
Definitely, that's a good point you've raised, because obviously, if you're saying treat others the way you want to be treated, and this person has always treated himself or herself poorly,
Yeah.
it's like someone who has gone through
Trauma.
difficult experiences in life, and the person knows how to treat himself badly. That's the only thing he or she knows.
Yeah.
You don't expect this person to treat you well. It's like saying, love me the way you love yourself. And you don't even love yourself. How are you going to love me? So the first way to start with this golden rule is to learn to be your best. If you're not your best, I know your best cannot be best all the time. What I mean is you will always grow
It's
to
always
become your best.
a better
It's
best.
Is a continuum.
Yeah.
But then, focus on being your best. Focus on learning to love yourself. Focus on learning to respect yourself. Put all the good things in there. Build competence, build character, build values. Once you are able to develop yourself to be your best, then you can give your best to your spouse. So that's
Now-
the key point.
Yeah, I want to say that it's easier said than done. I think the first point to start with is having a change of a mindset. So if you need to be the best, if you want to be the best, you need to have a mindset that is different from how you've been treated. You need to be able to tweak and change your perspective and your perception of who you are. And that is fundamental. And sometimes it might take a journey. But it is really important because you cannot give what you don't have. So you need to first of all look at the person in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, the man in the mirror. who am I? What am I? And what value have I placed on myself? Because if you haven't identified that, you cannot freely give that. So yes, indeed, you have to be able to treat others the way you want to be treated. But we expect that people would want to treat themselves with high standard. People will want to hold themselves to high standards rather than belittling themselves or having a poor self-image of who they are. Now, if you're watching us and you're struggling in terms of your poor self-image or your poor self-esteem, it is really important that you seek help. We've done some videos before now that you can actually refer to that have talked about self-image and your relationship. And if you think that you need therapy, please reach out, seek therapy, because it is really important that you find who you are. It's so that you're able to love people, you're able to give to people, the best based on how you perceive yourself.
One of the things people look out for when they go into a relationship is love. You want to be loved. Sometimes people think about relationship from the point of, I need someone that will love me. I need someone that will care for me. I need someone that will do this and that for me. It becomes a me thing. I need me. No.
Self.
If you want someone to love you, care for you, take good, lavish love on you.
Yeah.
Focus on giving love to others. Now, have a rethink. Think about, how do I love my spouse? How do I love? How do I care? What can I do to make this person happy? Because you want happiness, think about giving happiness. That's what the golden rule is about. If you want someone to, give you gifts, wonderful gifts, why not make the effort first? Don't wait until someone does it for you before you're able to do so. And because when you give, there is the law of reciprocity that says you're more likely to get the same gift or more in return.
Absolutely. And let me just state here that don't expect to get back from where you have given, because this is one of the issues that people have in relationship, where there is a certain expectation. You're giving so much to your spouse and you are expecting that your spouse is going to be given back to you. Sometimes it doesn't quite happen. Sorry that I have to say this.
Yeah, that's true.
But we have to be realistic here, because someone might just listen to this and say, you know what, I have been giving for the past 10 years, 5 years. I don't know how long you've been married or you've been in a relationship. But it is really important that you do not expect, because sometimes you give, you might not get back. You might not get back,
but
it is great that you have the attitude
of
to
giving.
give it.
But then it means
give.
that the other person does not also apply the golden rule.
Absolutely. But don't forget what we're saying here, because you don't want to set people up and they have an expectation and they go out there and the expectations are not met.
Definitely.
Because sometimes in life it happens, right? And this is where you might want to get your spouse or whoever it is to listen to this video as well, because sometimes they also would need to hear certain things in order for them to catch up. They also want to, you get them exposed to some of the things that you are listening to, some of the things that you are, the programs and the webinars that you're going for. Because a lot of times you're getting this knowledge, you're getting this wisdom, but you don't expect that person is going to catch up. Right?
Yeah.
It is important because you don't want people going and having issues.
Definitely. So my point of view, which is also your point of view, is that let everyone apply the golden rule, then the love is going to go around. Everyone will be happy at
Absolutely.
it. But then it's not always the case, like you said.
There's work to be done.
Yes.
Another thing to say here is that give what you want to be given.
Yes.
Whatever you want to receive, just give that back. I know we've been talking about it, but just to put it in perspective, how do you communicate to your spouse, right? Is that how you want to receive communication? How do you resolve dispute? Is that how you want to receive it back? How do you make your points, or how do you put your points across, especially when you are aggrieved? Is that how you want to receive it back? Because there's quite a lot to think. We talk about do unto others, how you want others to do unto you. The question is, how are you living your life on a daily basis? The little things that you do at home, the little things, the conversations that you have, the way you communicate, those little things, like how are you giving those things out? Little acts of kindness. It's easy to show those acts of kindness to strangers. But the question is, how are you doing that to your spouse? How are you giving? Give what you want to or what you desire to receive.
To summarize, we are saying, before you think about what else you want, think about what can you do. If you're intentional about it, always thinking to outgive your spouse.
Wow.
To respect your spouse. If you're a man, you're wanting everyone to respect you. You want your wife to respect you. Think about, do you respect your spouse? Do you respect your wife? Because respect is reciprocal. The same with love. So be intentional about giving. Give love. Give everything about you. In fact, give your time. Give your life. Not in a literal sense, but give your heart to your spouse. Some can give their hands, the things they have in their hands, but their heart is far away. But then, for you to build a successful relationship, be ready to give your heart, your hand, and everything you have to your spouse, because that's what marriage is all about.
Finally, I would want to say, you have to take mindful care of your relationship. Remember, relationships are like living organisms. If you do not tend to it, it's gonna die. And it is important that you are mindful about your relationship. Remember the golden rule and always live by it in your relationship. Now, thank you all for watching to this point, and if you have any comments, would love to read it. Like the video, and if you forgot to subscribe, kindly subscribe. If you know people that will find value from this content, please do share, and we would love to read from you. Until the next episode, it's goodbye.